Good morning. Hello, hello. So it is time for the alpha beta topic. And excuse the fuzzy hair. It is cold out here. I mean, it is hot out here. And I was walking my dogs in this heat. I put on the air conditioning, but it hasn't kicked in yet. Okay. So it is what it is, people. So I actually found this topic to be quite intriguing because I had a basically a show, not a show. Hey, Brittany. Hey, sister from another Mister. Girl. I, yeah, I don't know who did that. I honestly do not know who did that. I mean, I'm surprised at it as well. I mean, who put you in blue, girl? It was not me. Oh my goodness. Good morning, good morning. Have you ever thought of this topic, girl? This alpha versus beta female topic? Yeah, somebody likes you. I don't know who it could be. It's definitely not me. It's definitely I'm not the culprit here. You never heard of it before? Me either. And the reason why I wanted to get into this topic was because basically I don't know, I think it was maybe about a couple of months ago, where they were like, you're an alpha female, and alpha females are this and alpha females are that. And I was like, alpha female. So I decided to research it. And then I realized, I don't think an alpha female is bad at all. So I wanted to basically explore that topic because a lot of females fit into one or two categories. You're either alpha or beta. And I wanted to go through some of the misconceptions that a lot of society has as far as being an alpha woman, because a lot of times they feel like let me close this window out because I pulled up some articles here that I wanted to go through and discuss. Now, do you remember when we were talking about basically the last time when we said about some women not knowing how to deal with inconsiderate men and the things that they go through? The This basically ties into that. Each of the shows that I'm going to be doing is going to tie in one way or another to the other one. Okay, so yeah. So what happens is when you have a alpha female, she acts a lot different from the beta females. So alpha females are basically strong-minded women who demand their respect, as opposed to the beta females. Beta females are more females who are willing to please, as I had brought up in the last topic. They're willing to please so much that they put what their desires and what they like on a back burner to please either a group of people, to fit in with a group of people, or to please a potential mate, or it might not even be a group of people. It may be just a friend or a family member. A lot of the stereotypes that they have with alpha women is that basically that they are demanding, high maintenance, and they do not know, they're very intimidating, and they do not know how to follow leadership. So I'm just going to be discussing basically a couple of these things here um, in this topic here, and then we could determine when ourselves whether we're an alpha female or not. Now, a alpha female has a lot of positive traits, Brittany. Um, and these are a lot of traits that you thank you, second viewer. Oh, there's a third viewer coming in. And thanks for dropping a like for me as well. Oh, now we have four people up in here. We'll get in the chat and say something. Say hello, even if it's just for a second. Who's the three people? Hey Harrington, how's it going, girl? How you doing this morning? Have you ever heard of this topic? Alpha and beta females? We hear it a lot with the guys. And nobody's ever really, oh, I'm glad you're doing good. Nobody's ever touched this topic though with alpha and beta men. I mean females. And I wonder why. And it is because they probably don't want women to be a little stronger than what they feel they should be. And a lot of times in society here, and we're going to go through a couple of different topics here. I do want to say that I am going to limit it to about 30 minutes to, yeah, it is true because society has made it to where they feel as if females should just be basically subservient, and then they take the two words submissive and subservient, and they try to make it you be interchangeable. They try to say, well, submissive is the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. Being submissive is to know the leadership role in a relationship when you're in a relationship. You don't buck the headship, but you question it respectfully. But when you're subservient, exactly. But when you're subservient, you just agree and you blindly follow anything that is told to you. And the difference between an alpha female is that she understands those roles. A beta female can be easily influenced. I'm going to give you an example here, but let me sip my tea real quick. Exactly. So you're submissive, but you're not subservient. Correct. And you know the difference between the two. So you know that you both take part in the decisions that you make to help run your household, but you don't, and you know that his word as the head is the last decision after he's discussed it with you. That basically doesn't put you in a, exactly, that doesn't put you in a beta role but an alpha role. And let me just go, yeah, because a lot of people, well, if you're submitting, because alpha women don't like to submit, they like to rule, they like to rule over everything because they're too masculine, or they want to become like men. No, the problem with that, what alpha women do, is they will submit to the right headship. So they're not just going to go out there and just submit to any man that's not worthy of uh, leading her. So what she will do is take that leadership role on for herself. And she will do that until she finds a capable man to be able to lead in the relationship. A beta female just finds any type of man to be able to come up underneath their headship, and that is when you have a lot of women who are out here being abused, whether it's emotionally or physically. They're being abused because they are not as picky when it comes to getting with a man. They just, well, he's my man. Whatever he says, I'll do. I don't want to lose him. I don't want to be alone. And that's what makes you a beta female. They're easily leadable and they're too quick to want to please. Whereas an alpha female knows that she has to play a certain role for herself. And that's what we're definitely going to get into. I found a good article here, and it speaks about the 5 things alpha women wish men knew. Okay, because this is correct when they say that basically alpha women are very misunderstood. Yeah, it does make sense when you take a look at it, Brittany. It makes a lot of sense, and it's actually quite exciting because then you know the role of the woman that you fit into. Because you have a lot of these egotistical men out here that will sit there and say, "You're a woman. Be quiet. Shut up. Follow what I say because I'm the man." No, that's not correct. Um, so I'm going to get into the different types of categories here that we have, and just quickly just dispel some of the misconceptions that they have. Okay, no problem. Oh, thank. Thank you, Harrington. Yeah, that is right. So one of it is a state of mind. Okay. So with the alpha women, they take the initiative and it comes natural to them, especially when there's a leadership vacuum. So when there is no leadership, we definitely take charge and it's by instinct. Another thing is that the alpha women are very goal orientated. Okay. So what happens is if you have a go getter who isn't out to undermine the rulership of a man or the head of the home on purpose, she is crucial in helping to make decisions in the household. And another thing that sets an alpha woman apart from beta is if a guy is not taking role seriously and he's dilly dallying and doesn't have a goal set, she is not going to want to continue to be under that leadership at all. That's when you get them leaving, and they'll say, well, she was just too headstrong, or she wasn't the type of woman for me because she just was demanding too much. No, she just demanded exactly. Yes. Yes. No, she wasn't demanding too much. She was actually asking for the basics. And that is to make sure that you, as a man, have your priorities set straight. You, as a man, know what you're doing. Because basically, if a guy doesn't know what he's doing and he wants to be in a relationship, no woman is going to want to have a man lead her to nowhere. You don't have any priority set goals, nothing going on for yourself, but you want to say that you are man enough to be able to take on that role. And th- yes, that he can lead the household. Correct. And if he can't lead the household, an alpha woman will know right away and won't put up with that. And the thing is that they can love a guy to pieces, okay? But if they see that you're going to lead them down the wrong road or the wrong path, they will leave. And alpha women make strong decisions every day, no matter how much it benefits. I'm sorry, no matter how much it may bother her to make the decisions, they make these strong decisions to basically abandon a relationship if it is not going correctly, if she doesn't see a good end goal in that. And then another thing when it comes to the state of mind for alpha women is that it's an inborn trait to want to continue to grow intellectually. Okay. So they are constantly wanting to learn and build on their knowledge. Whereas a beta female, they do something that I like to call parroting, is when they will be open to have any type of information put into them from either their husbands or their friends. And then when you have a conversation with them, they're just parroting what you said or what they learned from somebody else. They don't really have any kind of thoughts of their own because they're just saying and parroting back what they feel like the man wants to hear, or whatever group of people they're with wants to hear. So that's why they get into these bad relationships where where they're just not benefiting at all. And then when we look at exactly, oh, I already read that that he can lead the household. Correct. And then when we look at the confidence, a lot of times when people see confident women, what is the first thing that they say? Harrington, if you're still there. The first thing that they say is the chick got attitude. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They say, "Oh, she's a B," or she got attitude," or "Dang, she's too high maintenance," or "I don't want to deal with her with that attitude." Exactly. When actually they're not understanding that confidence and pride and rudeness, they're just confusing that with a woman that believes in herself. And it's funny because men are always so quick to say how women have low self-esteem, but when they meet a woman that is happy about who she is and what she can and can't do, then all of a sudden she's too high maintenance. So that's pretty crazy. But an alpha woman, she knows and she respects where others are in life. She doesn't need to put men down. When a lot of times women, yeah, women feel like being an alpha woman is constantly having to beat men down. And I know you've seen that, Harrington. Girl, I'm sure you've seen it's on the internet, and it's even when you're not on the internet, and they sit there and they're men bashers all the time. Oh, men ain't this and men ain't that. They got to blame them for their issues because they don't feel adequate enough. Yes, exactly. And then you get tired of hearing it. And you're like, you hear this enough and you're saying to yourself, wow, you're sitting here putting all this blame on the men, talking about how they're not, they're not worth nothing and all they want to do is beat women down. But what are you doing to be dating these type of men? you know so what those you can tell those are beta females. An alpha woman doesn't need to break down or beat down a man to feel violated, because she already knows that she's not going to be running around with them men that ain't about nothing. So she doesn't stick around enough to be bitter. Exactly. So alpha women are very misunderstood when it comes to that. Just because you have the confidence enough in yourself to not have to lower yourself to be men bashers. Um, Girl, sorry about these sips of teas. I need my tea. um, as a matter of fact, with the alpha female, she doesn't want to compare herself to anyone at all, because she already knows she is. Thank you. She already knows she is who she is. So there is no comparing. And the beauty about alpha female from a beta female is that she knows that she has her limitations, but she's going to work within her limitations to make sure that she gets herself her stuff done. So she's not going to constantly be walking around comparing herself to what other people are doing. Hey, Brittany girl, how was that phone call? She's not gonna constantly be comparing herself to what other people are doing. She's not, because in her mind, oh, he lost service. I was in a I was in a live, I think maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I couldn't connect to Google Hangouts. So he was like, "Why don't you put that Obama service upgrade your service from Obama?" Did he have that Obama service, girl? Leave that Obama service alone, honey. Wait, no, what was I saying? Oh yeah, yeah, about comparing ourselves. So alpha female doesn't feel the need to compare herself because she's aware that there are people who. No, I have Metro. He has Sprint, I think, which sucks. Oh yeah, I had Sprint maybe. Ooh, let's see. No, that was Bell South. I think I had Sprint some years ago. Um, I had Sprint some years ago, girl, and they did suck. They were horrible. Now I have AT&T and T, and they're so, but they nah, girl, that's a long story right there. But but when we talk about confidence, alpha women know already that there's always going to be somebody out there that's a little better than you. They're never going to just compare themselves to other people and feel down about it. Verizon's pretty good. I heard their prices were pricey though. Are they a little pricey, girl? Because somebody said Verizon was expensive. Oh, he's driving up. Oh, congrats. Good. I hope he has a safe trip up. How long is the ride? Well, that's true. You know what? Let me tell you something. You get what you pay for. So if you pay a little more, then you'll be fine. Sometimes you have to pay a little more to get better service. Exactly. So, oh, that's good. So that's $60 a month for two phones, unlimited everything except the data, and you have 3 gigabytes. That's not bad at all. And of course, when you're around Wi-Fi, you know, you don't run up your data. Well, that's a good package, girl. I had T-Mobile for my cell phone, and they're pretty good. I like T-Mobile. Exactly. So you can, be doing what you want to do with your home Wi-Fi. But T-Mobile's pretty good. But yeah, so what was I saying again? Oh yeah, about the confidence. And I'm gonna give you an example. And this tells you how um the difference between an alpha female and a beta female. Yes, they are very good, and the rates are pretty good too for the T-Mobile service. Mm-hmm. They're not expensive at all, not at all. But so about the confidence. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys an example here. Okay, um, that tells you the difference between an alpha and a beta female when we're talking about confidence. Remember, I don't know, Harrington and Brittany, if you were there. I think it was Sunny that was there um, when I was doing this analogy. But basically, when let me try to phrase this right here. Beta females are more susceptible to subliminal reprogramming. A lot of times you will get guys in society that will compare women. So you'll have an alpha female in the room and you'll have a beta female in the room. And then you'll have a guy in the room. And let's say the alpha female has bigger boobs, the beta females has smaller boobs. And then you'll have a guy bad mouthing, like really bad mouthing women with small boobs. The beta female is going to start feeling self confident. I mean, oh my goodness, self conscious about her small booby boobs, right? Oh, I wish I had bigger boobs. Now, she might have been okay with her teeny little TWTs when she got in the room. But because she heard homie over here bad mouthing little boobs, now all of a sudden she feels self conscious. Now you get the same alpha woman and the same beta woman to go on the next room, and a dude bad mouths big boobs and big ups the small boobs. The alpha woman with the big boobs is not going to feel bad about that because the alpha woman is confident enough in herself to have already embraced who she is as a woman. So she loves her big boobs, no matter what someone else feels about her body type or who she is, or maybe her hair or her nails or whatever. She has embraced everything about herself to the point where anyone who says that they don't like something about her, she's fine with that. She's not going to all of a sudden start wishing and comparing herself to women who have smaller boobs or longer hair. And that's one thing a lot of people don't understand about alpha women. They start to think, oh no, that they're just cocky. They feel like they're so perfect all the time. That's another beautiful thing. Alpha women know we're not perfect and embrace those imperfections within ourselves. And when you start to do that as a woman and embrace your imperfections, yeah, I already know I have small boobs or big boobs or this type of body or that type of body. There is no way that anybody can knock you off your pedestal. And I don't mean pedestal in a negative way, but pedestal as in knowing who you are as a person. So somebody could come in there and do a barrage of insults based on you, your looks, or your character, and it won't bother you in the least bit because you know who you are, and that is an alpha female. You can never be you can never be shaken to believe that you're less than, because you're already confident in yourself. But a beta female, they will go through lengths and beyond to try to fit in to whatever other people think they should be. Oh, you think I should have bigger boobs? Let me get an implant. Hi, good morning, Belle. How you doing, girl? I enjoyed your video this morning. You saw my comment about that water. You were like, yes. Guys, if you haven't checked out Belle's channel, check out her channel. It is, I mean, she has some good stuff up there. She just did little tidbits today, and I really enjoyed it. There was a comment that she had made up there. There was one, a little tidbit that said that if you drink a gallon of water a day, um, if you drink a gallon of water a day, you won't have time for drama because you're too busy peeing. See? That's why I don't have time for drama. I'm hitting that toilet like every 15, 20 minutes because I got to pee. Okay? I got my tea or my water. I'm running. Okay? Drama runs through me, honey. So I love that, Belle. So yeah, guys, check out her channel. So we in here just talking about alpha and beta females and the difference between them, Belle, and basically how it really affects your quality of life as a woman. You know, so yeah, what I was saying was that beta females, they are constantly, what they do is they, yeah, I sure did, girl. I sure did enjoy it. But what they do is they're constantly willing to change who they are as a person, based on others' views. So they get to be so far away from themselves, because they're so busy changing to fit in, that they no longer know who they are anymore, as beta females, and they start to become everything that everybody else wants them to be: society, their men, their friends, to the point where, and that's why sometimes you'll see that, yeah, it is true, Belle, you're correct. Yeah, because you've seen it too, right? Sometimes they start to have nervous breakdowns or depression. Oh, thank you. I didn't know whether it would be too much of a popular topic, because a lot of people have not really looked, into it. But I'm really enjoying the discussion that I'm having with you guys here, even if it's just one or two of you listening. I'm enjoying it, actually. And I hope you guys are too. But yeah, this is why we see depression so much and low self-esteem in a lot of women, because they pretty much fall into the beta category, with always wanting to be man pleasers, that they lose the sense of themselves. Oh, I'm supposed to look this way. Well, let me hurry up and do what I can to look this way. And the weird thing about it is that when they make these changes and they do these things to their body, whether it's getting bigger breasts, getting bigger butts, or working to get that perfect body, oh, no problem. No problem, Brittany. You in and out. I appreciate your time. Whenever they do achieve these changes, they're still not happy, because they're not making these changes for themselves, for who they are. So the beta females are always going to be unhappy pleasers, whereas alpha women, we ain't changing nothing. And if we do make changes, it's going to be changes being made because we want to make them. Okay, because we've got up one morning and decided, hey, I want to make this change in myself because I like myself better this way. And it's going to be a different change, not just aesthetics, but it's going to be a change within ourselves. So mentally and emotionally, we decided to make these changes because we see where it benefits us, not because it benefits someone else. When other people say, Oh, yeah, funny. I popped back in talking about fake boobs and butt, and I'm watching the Nicki Minaj video. Well, we all know all them parts ain't hers. So yeah, that is pretty funny, girl. Cause let's see, the boobs ain't hers, the butt ain't hers. What else? I don't think them eyelashes are hers. Them wigs and that face. Cause even the face, that's all makeup. So yeah. Oh no. Mm-mm. I don't know how many kilos she got pumped into that behind, but it ain't hers, girl. It's definitely not hers. And you can tell. And you know what? And that brings me up to another thing that I want to say here too. It's obvious that the butt and the boobs aren't theirs. Yeah, exactly, Belle. It's obvious that the boobs and the butt aren't theirs, but people will still, ooh, oh, she got a big butt. Oh my goodness, she's sexy. You can see that this girl don't have. She looks like she was manufactured out of a Barbie doll, one of them Barbie doll places. But this is what they want their females to look like now. They want them to look like plastic Barbie dolls, okay? With the sucked in stomachs, the big butts, the legs that are just, oh, you think her butt's bomb? It's all right. It looked like a fake lump of meat to me. I'm not hating. Just saying it don't look natural. That's all I'm saying. But they want these fake looking women. The sucked in stomach and the butt perfect and bouncy, and then the legs going at a weird curve, and the skinny no. That's why I said alpha women, no, we don't care to yeah, it is shocking, girl. It's real shocking. And she don't mind shaking it up, acting like it's hers. Well, technically it is because she bought it, right? You know what they say when they put them weaves on their head? It's mine because I bought it. So so it's hers. She bought it. But that's what I'm talking about. The Nicki Minaj's of the world just sit up here wanting to please these thirsty men. These men ain't doing that. Yeah, exactly. They want to just please a man, and men will do that too. That, like I said, they play these psychological games. They will put down one, and it's amazing. And this is I'm gonna get back into the mentality of a alpha versus beta woman, because what these men will do is they'll say, "Well, I like this type of female." Um, I only date this type of female, or I only date this type of female. And what they'll do is they don't stick with just dating this type of female. They'll start to put down the type of females that they don't date. And then they make, like, okay, say that a guy just likes BBWs. Okay, he appreciates the BBW sisters. Okay, he like that fried chicken, that macaroni and cheese. He like that cornbread and collard greens. Is it right for him to sit there because he liked the BBWs and start slashing down skinny women? Or they need to eat, or they this, or they that, or you can see their bones and stuff like that. Just like if a guy likes a skinny woman. If that's your preference, why are you putting down the big sisters? But what happens is they are trying to reprogram women to try to look the way they like them to look. Okay, so and then a beta female will fall into that trap. Okay, they'll start to say, well, maybe, especially if they're around a lot of people who either like BBWs or who like smaller women, they'll start to think, well, maybe there is something wrong with me and my type, and maybe I need to get a little bit of meat on me, or maybe I need to lose a little weight, and then they start to nitpick themselves. Alpha female is not going to allow anybody to shape her view of herself. So a guy can say all day long that there's something wrong with a BBW or something wrong with a skinny woman, and she's not going to lift a finger to try to change unless she's willing to make that change for herself for either health reasons or whatever. But she's certainly not going to change because of somebody else's point of view. And that can be misconstrued as being arrogant. But it's actually a good trait for women to have because you're no longer living for other people, but you're going to be living for yourself, which brings on a sense of contentment that a lot of beta females don't have. And then a lot of people feel like we have to be this angry, manly type of a woman because you're a beta. I mean, you're an alpha. And actually, alpha women are more in touch with their femininity than beta women because you know how to use your femininity and you use it in a powerful way. I'm going to give an example. A lot of females feel like, oh, to be feminine and to be a female, you have to show cleavage, you have to be posting up on Instagram, and you have to be shaking it and twerking. That makes you feminine. That's what females do. No, no. Beta females do that because they have nothing else to give. That is all that they have is the aesthetic part. Alpha females are in touch with their femininity to the point where mentally and emotionally they know how to be more feminine. They have a lot more to give than just what is on the outside, and they use it well because they don't only just use it to get a man, but they use it to maintain a lifestyle. And it is very important sometimes, a lot of times actually, to be in touch with your feminine part while still being a strong woman because you have that balance. When you get past the whole cleavage or shaking it up, and a man wants to sit down and have a conversation, they can't with the beta women because they haven't built up any qualities within themselves to maintain any type of intelligent conversation, which would be a woman that would not be able to sustain a household alongside a man. So alpha females, they're more in touch with their femininity than any beta female because they understand how to use it. So basically, I just wanted to touch on what an alpha and a beta female is. I decided I wasn't going to make the topics too long because I looked at some of the analytics, and when people go replay it, they only basically look at a half an hour worth of the show. So I kind of want to make sure that I keep it to thank you. I try to speak the truth, girl, because a lot of times women, we are just too, we're taking, people just take advantage of us too much. And I just want to be able to uplift and empower women. And if I could do that, yeah, I definitely try to keep it real. And if I could try to do that and help to basically uplift and make other women stronger, then we're helping each other, you know, because I really honestly do think that men are running amok. And and you might think, oh, she said men are running amok. The damn right. They're running a damn muck up in this thing. So all right, so they're running over females left and right like they're steamrolling drivers and where the road. So so if we can speak more on these topics, then it helps us as women to be stronger. So yeah, I just touched on it briefly about some of the differences between the alpha and the beta woman. And if you guys want thank you, Mel. And if you guys want to research that topic a little more yourselves, you definitely can. I'm going to put some of the articles that I was looking at in the description box later, and you guys can look at it if you want to. But yeah, I'm going to make sure that each live stream is shorter, so that those who replay it and want to look through it, they don't have to worry about looking through like an hour or 2 hours of content. Because sometimes people are like, this is a long stream. I don't want to look through all of that. So I'm gonna wrap it up here at the 40-minute mark here. Um, and I wanna thank you guys for coming in and for talking to me with me on this topic. And then the next topic is going to be about toxic people. Okay, so that's going to be a lot more interesting too, about toxic people, how we can identify them, and how basically we can get rid of toxic people out of our lives. So that's going to be next Friday as well. And I have that interview on September 5th, if you guys can support it, with Gail Crabtree. So thank you guys for coming in, um, and really making this live a success for me. I love you guys. And I'm gonna be visiting. And Brittany, you were supposed to have gone live the other night, and you didn't, girl. So when is that? Because I'm waiting. So Belle, Henix, and Harrington, thank you so much, guys, for coming in. And I hope you have a good rest of your day. Peace out, guys.